So we're in the kitchen. I just picked my my radishes. Well, some of them. It's a good deal right there. Definitely more than what I can possibly consume in, say, 2 days, 3 days. Plus I'm heading out of town, so there's no way I'm going to get to them. So I went ahead and grabbed some jars. These are tiny ones, just pints. I would say this much, that many radishes. I would say 2, maybe 3 of these. Pulled out 4 just in case, but I really think I should be able to get it all into 3, or even just 2. So what we're going to need is, alright, so we need vinegar, of course. We're pickling them, so. So we have, some vinegar. I'm going to go ahead and do a half a cup of vinegar. Blub, 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 blub. There we go. And this is just standard white distilled vinegar. If you want a little bit of a lighter note when it comes to vinegar wise, you can always use white wine vinegar or even red wine vinegar. It's just, you just be knowledgeable that the soaking liquid is going to be red though, but it is going to turn red with the radishes anyway. So some sea salt. I need about 1.5 tablespoons of this. Just double check before I put too much. It's a recipe I've used over and over again, but I also change it a little bit. Ooh, good thing I checked. 1.5 teaspoons. So it's about 1.5 teaspoons. That works for me. A couple peppercorns. This is optional. I like it. I'm just going to do 2, 3 white peppercorns. So there's a black one in there too. Dill. Ideally you want to use fresh dill, but I don't have any, nor do I have any store-bought dill seeds, so this is a package of dill seeds that you plant in the garden. Just as well. It tastes just like dill when you eat it. It smells like dill. So I'm going to do about that much, about 1/2 teaspoon, probably less, but yeah, it's about 1/2 teaspoon. Go ahead and toss that in there. Also going to add some sugar. This is optional. What it does is just cuts down on the vinegar a little bit. So it's going to go ahead and toss in. It's about 2 teaspoons. I'm also going to add a 1/2 cup of water. Bring the solution up to a full cup. Alright. Onto the stove. I guess it's onto the stove. We're going to just heat this up a little bit. Just to get these flavors, the seasoning, the salt, the sugar, the dill seed, the peppercorns. Everything just kind of release its flavors. And most importantly, just get the salt and sugar dissolved. All of y'all gotta get now. Come on, salt. You don't need to use sea salt. You can use just, standard kosher salt. I'm just gonna put it on a low flame for now, because I gotta cut up a ton of radishes. Gotta wash them and cut them. How am I gonna do that? Oh, you also need an onion. Let's see. So this is an onion that I was cooking the other night and I didn't use the whole onion, so it's left over, 1/2 an onion. So let's go ahead and chop up the onion. We're only going to use 1/2 of this, or we're going to use this whole 1/2. So I guess it could be 1, if you're going to store to buy your supplies, and 1 small onion. want to go ahead and just cube it. Not cube it, but like so. And we want to go ahead and separate each one of these slices individually. Now you can also toss this into your pickling liquid that's heating up on the stove. You can also add garlic to it, a whole head of garlic. Not a whole head of garlic, but a whole clove or toe of garlic. Yeah. I'm actually going to do that. One toe. And remove the skin. Brush. Let me get my masher. Go ahead and stick it in this guy. Let's get that in there. Now, I read somewhere that the radish will only last up to a week in your fridge. Now I can can it, make it last longer, last up to a year. But I don't have that many right here. If I had more than this, let's say if I was doing 5 or 6 jars, then I would definitely can it. So I'm only doing 2, maybe 3. I'm pretty sure I can manage to eat it all. Plus, I don't think it's gonna. Plus, I think it's gonna last longer than a week. To be honest, the longer it sits, the more the flavors are gonna, stronger the pickle's gonna be. It's almost like kimchi. All right, so my onions are all separated now. Let's go ahead and get a bowl for these guys. I'm going to use this bowl for the radishes, for sliced radishes and the onions. They're both going to go into the same jars. So let's go ahead and take one. It's a nice fat guy. Let me get my shears, cooking shears. Some shears. Go ahead and take the bottom off and take the top off. And no, all this is not going to go to waste. It's in the sink. That all goes to the compost pile. Give it a good rinse, get the soil off of it. Last thing you don't want to do is bite in a piece of soil. It'd be like eating sand, my friend. So you want to chop these as thin as possible. As thin as you can get them. I wish I had a food processor, one of those slicer thingies. Do a food processor, not a slice attachment. I might have one. I don't think so though. So it should be, that thin, pretty thin. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and the butt end, just go ahead and, that's compost. And go ahead and toss this right into your onions. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this up and I'll show you how I'm going to get it all together, and I'm also go ahead and wash these out. There's no need to steam them, because, just a good wash in the sink, sponge, soap, hot water, good enough. If I were to can these though, if I was actually going to take out my canner, then I will boil them to make sure they're sterile. Because when you can something, you want to make sure every bit of bacteria is in there is gone, so it doesn't grow and manifest. Since these are only going to be used for about a week to 2 weeks at most, any leftover bacteria, which I doubt there will be, it's not going to manifest. It's not going to grow and destroy it. Alright, so this is coming up to a good boil already. I'm going to turn it down lower. I don't want to steam too much of this off. I might end up adding a little bit more water to it just to keep it from evaporating too much. Alright, be right back. Alright, so I got everything chopped up. Just finished washing the jars in some soapy hot water. Also the lids and the tops. I have not used these before. These are, you know, one-time use. But since I'm not going to actually can it, I can stick them in my canner. I can use them again because the seal is not going to be melted. Yeah, I can still reuse those. So I'm going to do is just go ahead and run my fingers through it, get the onion and the radishes incorporated together. And this is the Easter radish, so there are some that are different colors. So this is kind of a purplish, this is a pink, here's a red. There's one more color in here. It shows up. There it is. There's one. It's also a white one. So all different colors. It's cool. Alright. So the pickling juice. Let's see how this is coming along. I'm just going to go ahead and swirl it around a little bit. Give it a little bit of a taste. Hot. Screw that. It's pretty good. I like it a little bit more vinegar. Let's add a little bit more. Let's get it up to temperature. So let's see. Yum. That's good stuff. Alright. If you're a chef, always taste your food. Okay. Don't need to tell you that if you're a chef or a cook. So as it comes back up to temperature, I'm just going to go ahead and add these to the jars. I'm not going to shove them put too much in it. Just right up to the lip, to the first line. That's good enough. Okay. Looks like I might need more jars. Like I said, if I go beyond 4, I'm going to have to can them. So it looks like I am going to have to break out my canner. It's a hassle, but I'm not going to be able to eat all these myself in a matter of a week. So, some more radishes now. A lot of onions in that one. Some more radish. There we go. Alright. Let's just put you guys back on commercial break. So I can get some more jars washed up. Looks like I need about 4 more jars. Huh? So it's going to be a full set of 8. Alright, since I have these ones ready, I have the pickling juice ready. I'll go ahead and just add the liquid now. So let's make some more of this as well. I need a funnel. Where's my big canning funnel? No. There it is. Place that in there like so. A little bit more. A little bit. Just a tad bit. There we go. Splash more. There we go. That's good. some of these out from that one. Alright, so only ones come up to this little level right here. I don't want to go any beyond that. Okay. Go ahead and add your lid. Your fastener. This hand tighten. So there you go. Get some more jars and get them all canned up. Put them in their cans, their jars, their lid, and break out my cooker. Alright, be right back. Alright everyone, so I'm back. And this is why, breaking out the canner is kind of a hassle. Look at the size of this bad boy. This is, the reason I have this size for my tomatoes is I always use quart-sized jars. It'd be nice to get one of those smaller ones, but since I already have it, it will be used. Alright, so the water is not quite up to a boil yet. So it looks like I'm going to put you guys back on another commercial break. But, while I have you here, so I grabbed 4 more jars, but I didn't need them. I only filled 3 more. So here you are. That's all I have. It's a total of 7. The canner holds 8. So, and once this comes up to a boil, I'll cook them in there for 15 minutes, completely submerged, with about 1/4 inch of the water above it, and a little bit more is not going to hurt if you go above that. And only 15 minutes. I do my tomatoes for 30 to 45 minutes, but I think it's 45 minutes for my quart jars. Just remember, timing is not the same for everything, especially these are actually half pints, not even a pint. So 15 minutes. Say if these were actually a pint, then I'll do 20. If they were quarts, I would do 30 to 45. How do you tell? It's hard to tell, you know. It really just comes with, you know, experience in canning. If you're new to gardening, I'll definitely I highly recommend getting a canner, because it depends on how much you grow. Me, I grow a lot. I have a total of 15 tomato plants coming or growing. Each one is going to yield maybe at least 50 pounds of tomatoes. So 50 to 60 pounds of tomatoes, depending on how long of the season I let them go for. So there's no way I can give away. Well, I could, but people that don't eat fresh, homegrown tomatoes don't know the difference. They don't know. Try to give it to them. Oh no, I get them at the grocery store. Like, but these taste better. Like, oh yeah, I go to Whole Foods and get the organic heirlooms. What the hell you think this is? Still one tastes better. So I always have trouble giving away tomatoes, even though they look beautiful. Better than anything else you can get in the grocery store. Maybe you don't trust that they're organic from me. I don't know. I don't get it. So they carry these canners at Osh. They also carry them. You can order them on Amazon or through Amazon. This one right here was $110, and that's because it came with all the, you know, the funnel, the magnet, the whole twist thing, the locker. Comes with the whole kit. So that's the reason why I paid $110 for it. It also came with, I think it was like 12 jars, 12 quart ball jars. Osh carries them. They're relatively cheap there. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna get one of the small ones. So I have to keep on pulling out this huge tub canner. Let's see where we're at with the water. Sounds like it's boiling, huh? I think so. Come on, clear up so I can look in there. Oh yeah, it's boiling now. Alright. Boiling. Go ahead and set this bad boy up. You want to add these in slowly, so slowly. You want the jars to kind of come up to temperature before you give them that dip. Space them out evenly so they can evenly distribute the weight. Learn that with my tomatoes. Put them all on one side. Oh, damn thing took a dive in there. no fun fishing them out. Like I say, go slow. I have broken jars. That jar just completely shattered inside, completely contaminating my water, having me to start over. Okay. Now I'm just going to let it sit here just for a little bit, just let the jars come up to temperature. Right now they're not completely submerged. It's probably hard to see with all that steam, huh? They're only submerged about an inch right now. So, okay. That's just going to get cans, these jars, up to temp before they take their dive. Alright, so that should be about good. Time to take your swim buddies. I'm going to go ahead and just slowly completely submerge them. There you go. Go ahead and close this up. Set your timer for 15 minutes. Start 15 minutes. Alright, and I'll show you how I take them out. Once again, when you take them out, you go as slow as you went in. Rapid cooling will guarantee you, or break your jars. They'll all crack, fall apart. That's no fun, because that means you gotta throw away your stuff, your produce. Just kind of a waste of time. Alright, so I'll be back in 15 minutes. Alright, so it's been 15 minutes. Go ahead and shut your flame off. Go ahead and open it up. Let the heat out, let it steam out. I don't have any floating radishes, do I? Nope. Means the jar's held up. I'm not going to take them out of the water just yet. I'm going to wait at least 5 minutes, somewhere around there. Let it cool off just a little bit, and I'll show you what I do next. So I set a timer for 5 minutes. I'm going to let it cool before I bring them out. If you shock them too fast with cold air or just room temperature, since this was boiling in hot water, bring it out, there's bottom going to crack if you do that. So I'm just going to let it sit for a little bit and cool on its own. Be right back. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes. What I'm going to do is go ahead and slowly bring them up. Being very slow. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and lock it in position right there and give it another 5 minutes to cool down. Then we can finally take them out. Be right back. Alright, so this should be ready by now. And this is one of the tools that you get if you buy it as a kit. It's great for picking up jars, hot jars. So just go ahead and put it on there like that, and it holds fairly easily. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer these right over here to continue the cooling. Since I can these can actually go straight into the cabinet once they're cool. If I didn't can them, they would need to go straight into the refrigerator. So this will save a lot of space in your fridge if you can it, if you seal them. I can just pull them out when I need it. Let's say these will probably last about a year. You know, the longer they sit, the more pickly they're going to get. So I don't know how much pickled flavor I want. We'll see how they go though. Alright, so there you have it. See, like I said, if you want to use red wine vinegar, it's fine. Because the color in the radish is going to turn your liquid red anyway. So if you don't like super strong white distilled vinegar, then You can go with red or white wine vinegar. You can also use apple cider vinegar if that's your choice. Alright, so that's it. Go ahead and let this water cool off, the tub cool off, so I can carry it, dump it in the garden somewhere, give something some water. Alright, I'm not going to do a taste test. I'm going to leave these closed for at least a week to 2 weeks, or a week. It's recommended at least 7 days for them to get, pickly. So I can't do a taste test, but I have a lot more radishes on the way, so I'll be doing this again in a week's time. And when I do it, I'm not going to do another video, but I'll mix it in when I do another harvest and pop one of these open, and you can hear the crunch when I bite into a pickled radish that I grew. Alright, that's the how to pickle your radishes, because you get a lot of them because they're easy to grow. Alright, until next time, peace. And I'll be doing a tomato canning video in a few months as well. Show you guys how I can my tomatoes. Alright, peace out.